A story about Abraham Lincoln, who is a really good and efficient killer.
Hey guys, Kenny here. Stay cool and relax to the movies.
Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. This is about the man Abraham Lincoln before he was president during his younger years, and he is trained to be a vampire hunter. And it tries to delve into what his life was before he was president as a young man, because I think his family were slaves, and then there's this young boy played by Anthony Mackie who's a slave, and they become really close friends. And what's his name? Benjamin Walker sees him as a little bit older as a young man, and he trains him to be a vampire hunter because it was vampires who had killed Abraham's family when he was younger and terrorizing them. And Benjamin plays that character who trains him, and then but he's also holding back a really deep, dark secret, which I don't want to give that away right now. I don't want to give that away. And then the story's about him trying to kill off these vampires because he's trying to get to one that had killed his family, and also who had killed the character played by Benjamin Walker, who had killed his wife. And that's really what this is all about. Not much more to it than that. But then when it gets to the part about Abraham being a president, he's not a vampire hunter anymore. He's trying to stop slavery in the South, because the vampires in the South are taking in slaves, and they're also killing off humans. And then there's the war going on back then, and a lot of the vampires are on the other side of, and the bad side, and a lot of them are vampires also. And Abraham is there trying to figure out a solution to try and stop the vampires from killing off their own men, the Americans that are fighting. And he ends up coming up with a really simple solution that he had never thought of before. And that's really what this whole film is about. The acting was top notch. I really liked every actor in this. Like Rufus Sewell, who is the lead vampire in this, was wonderful. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is the actress who plays his wife, and Abraham Lincoln's wife in this, and she was wonderful, top notch in this film. Anthony Mackie was wonderful as playing the friend and the slave who is the friend of Abraham Lincoln. I really enjoyed his character. Benjamin Walker was also really strong as the person who is trying to train him to be a vampire hunter, and also to try and at first stop Abraham from taking on the South, but then he supports him at some point in the film. And there's Martin Sarkakis, who is this vampire he was a vampire who had killed Abraham's family when he was a young boy, and then Abraham is out to really take his vengeance out on him. But Benjamin Walker's character has these other missions that he puts him on, and then that Martin Sarkakis character is like later on down the line, because Benjamin's character is wanting to like train and keep Abraham Lincoln killing off these other vampires, kind of make him better at doing that. And that's really what this whole film is about. And yeah, the actors were wonderful. The music score is also phenomenal in this. The special and visual effects were wonderful, but that's all the positives I can say really. Sometimes the storyline didn't really add up. I mean, like from when Abraham Lincoln was a young boy to and then when he was a young man, like there was a big time gap in that. I would have liked to have known what happened to Abraham from when he was a young boy to when he's a young man being the vampire hunter. And then there's a huge jump in time from from Abraham being a young man, stopping being a vampire hunter to when he becomes president. It would have been really good to know what happened in between that time gap, because this film is short, an hour and 45 minutes. They could have added a little bit more to it, it would have, for me at least, I could have followed it and understood it a little more. I did understand the film in the three time periods that they showed, but it would have been good to see the time gaps and the story that was going on in those areas. And that's about all the negatives I can say. So click subscribe up here on my channel or down here if you're watching the video by itself. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. I give this film a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I do enjoy this film. I did enjoy it. I'm glad I ended up seeing it after my brother bought it. So that's all I have to say. Stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye.